Before I start each workout, I say a little incantation and I evoke my deities to join me throughout my workout, to guide me, give me strength, pull me through. And also as an offering, it's something I pour my heart and soul into every workout. It's something I do almost daily, and as an offering to my deities, I offer my breath, my sweat, my endurance. This is also a way of offering, opposed to giving an orgasmic offering or doing a whole ritual on the side. Sometimes I do a dance offering, as you've seen, maybe like snake-like movements or some other stuff. Just merely your cardio workout, like your up-tempo cardio workout with endurance, that also can like be an offering. And what I do is I have my main altar inside. I take something that represents both deities. In my case, it's Hecate and Cernunnos. I was trying to figure out which my deities of choice were, and these really appealed to me and called out to me in a way. Throughout my life, I don't know why, I've always been confronted with torches, keys, and antler figures. So it was kind of like always there for me in a way. And so I chose them. I asked them to be my guides. I was trying out all different stuff in the beginning. I guess they can like sense when your heart and your soul and your intent isn't in it. I was doing stuff, but I wasn't really like feeling it in a way. I don't know how else to explain it. But when I started offering my cardio and like mixing in my cardio workouts and my dancing into my ritualistic practices, things began to shift. It's like they were picking up on it. It was like with full intent. My heart was in it. So I guess you have to find something that works for you, and you can't not portray something, a character or whatnot, because someone else is doing it. You have to do it in your own way. It has to be with full intent, and if it's not, they feel it. Because of issues, I have like a sexual blockage. An orgasmic offering with swaying and moving and tantric movement, that can be a really good way to get your body open, like as an offering and opening up to your deities. But if your heart, I can do it, but it's like my heart and soul isn't in it because I have a blockage. It's because of something I went through. I haven't processed that, so my heart and my intent isn't in it like as when I do with my cardio. And I immediately noticed that like the spiritual energy I was picking up on before was subsiding and going away. It's like as if they knew that it wasn't real. I was offering something that wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't intentful, my heart wasn't in it. So now every time I do a workout, and that's almost every day, I do a little ritual. I say an incantation, I evoke my deities to come through on my altar. My altar has some stuff on it representing earth, representing you have to look it up onto how, that's a whole nother video on how to set up an altar, which things should be present. Like I have stones, I have forgotten it. It's all kind of new to me as well. I've been a heathen all my life. I was born a heathen. I developed PTSD because of trauma. And I thought maybe if I become more like, I don't know how to call it, traditional about being pagan and heathen, I don't believe in God nor the devil. It's if you don't know what heathenism or paganism is, look it up first. It's being one with nature, like believing in the spirits of nature, which makes sense to me. It made so much sense to me. You feel it all around you. If you like really pay close attention to nature, you can see like it's like really miraculous how plants grow and thrive. I mean, I've seen like plants grow through concrete, whilst I can't even keep them alive in pots in my own house. I literally, I saw mugwort like coming up out of like concrete where there was a building site. And yeah, it's a miraculous thing. Also, animals and most animals in nature, they know their purpose without being told this. They can't even speak. They just know it's something within them. I don't know, maybe they're like guided by like nature spirits. Maybe it's them that are the nature spirits. It's all around us. It's everywhere. It's the whole earth, I guess. But I'm not like a full practitioner. I'm like a halfway person. Like I live in a modern world and I try to apply it little bits and pieces as I go. I'm also Dutch, so if you think something is up with her accent or she might be drunk, it's not. I'm not. I'm a Dutch person. I live in the Netherlands. And so back to this. I'm going to work out. I'm not going to like record every workout I do for this channel anyway. But I did want to share this. Like doing these little things just make your life better. And makes you like, if you like evoke them, the nature spirits or guides, you can like, if you do it right, you can feel it all around you. You get like messages. It sounds crazy, but it is. You get like messages and signs. If you open up to it, it's, I don't know, it's something I guess we all can do, but it's an ability we lost along the way because we're too occupied with other stuff all the time, I guess. Human beings changed, but back in the ancient days, in the ancient ways, ancient times, people were more open to that. And yeah, I want to like apply some of that stuff into my modern day life. I'm not per se a Wiccan or I don't practice magic, but I do like these rituals, and I'm at the moment really into learning about herbs and their I'm sorry if I'm stumbling upon words. I've been kind of out of practice speaking English. Their healing properties and their magical properties, which herbs can like open up the senses, which herbs to apply to which rituals, etc. I've been going out into nature, also learning to recognize the plants. Most plants have like an evil twin, which can mean like the difference between poisonous and edible. So you really have to like obtain that knowledge. There are a lot of apps, and maybe if it's a possibility for you, you can like do like take a course, I don't know, in your area. But I've been doing that all summer, and I'm going to do that throughout the autumn too. And I've learned a lot, which is fun. But you also have to take time to just, because I was putting way too much in it, you have to like take time to reflect what you've done. Let that so-called magic of your spirit guides and spirits, like, I don't know, I call it, but let it not take you over, but give them a chance to make themselves known. If you're constantly giving and doing all of the stuff, and you're not taking time to let that come through and absorb it within, then you're not going to notice it, I guess. And I was really enthusiastic in the beginning, of course, but yeah, it's like, I noticed that I had to like stand back and let it overcome me or whatnot. And also figure out what works for me. Now my cardio and my dancing, when I do that, I'm really like, I don't know, like in sync with my spirit guides. They like, I like doing it and they like that I'm doing it too. And it's like, sometimes it's like, recently I had real bad foot pain and I asked for guidance and strength and endurance, and it was like I was being lifted by wings, like floating on a cloud whilst doing it. And it helped me so much. And getting little signs throughout the day and trying to listen to my inner self and to my subconscious more instead of ignoring it. Like picking up on those signs. You're asking for them and they will come, but you really have to learn to listen to it. Yeah, it sounds ridiculous, I know, but it is so. And it's the ancient ways. It's not a religion, it's not rules. You can like bend it to your own living. It's more like a guide, like a guideline to follow, to become a better person, to become more entwined with nature. And as I said before, I'm a halfway kind of person in that sense. I still like, I'm not a full like on hippie or nothing. I don't take any drugs or whatnot, nothing to enhance, no enhancers, or I don't know, you call it to, yeah. Well, none of that stuff anyway. I also still buy plastic packages and whatnot, in which a lot of food still comes. You can hardly avoid that when you're like kind of poverty stricken. Yeah, you have to buy the cheap stuff, and that mostly comes in plastic. Yeah, in plastic. So yeah, if you have a choice between really expensive, no plastic, like a whole bunch in plastic, you buy the plastic. It's just something you do. I think it's something the government has to change. There should be better alternatives, and then people will buy that more, of course. But that's also a whole nother story. So I think it's like earth, wind, air, fire, earth, air, fire, water. I guess my breath is kind of like the water. I burn incense. I here have salt and on a wooden plateau. I have some stones. I found like some stones in nature. That's also something you can do. You don't have to go, if you want to become pagan and heathen more, maybe you already are, but you didn't know it, and you want to become more traditional. It's fun to buy all sorts of stuff, but it's your spirits will appreciate it more when you put like labor into the things you offer. Like going into nature, learning stuff. Me sharing what I've learned with you guys is also sort of an offering. Passing on. Like getting other people on the path. I know that sounds a little like a cult or a religion, but it isn't. It's more of a guideline for people to be like better people. Yeah, it carries like principles and a certain mannerism, I guess. And I have lots of, you know, those people that are like, they are born like really nice and polite. And I'm not like that from birth. I've always been like kind of like mean. I've like a mean streak about myself, and it's not intentional. I don't know why. I've always been kind of like a mean kind of person without intent. Nobody taught that to me. I've been like that from birth, like kind of, I don't know, I say stuff I don't mean. I hurt people's feelings. I guess I come over as arrogant sometimes. I don't mean to be like that. Me myself have dealt with years of depression, chronic depressions, And you know what that's like? Sometimes it's so hard that even talking to someone is just too much to bear. It's like you don't mean to come across mean, but when someone just talks to you, you feel you just walk away midway conversation, because it's just, you can't even put it into words no more. It's just, it takes over your whole being and body, right? Depression. My depression subsided when I developed PTSD, so yeah, it's just some luck with bad luck, is how they called it in Dutch. Geluk bij een ongeluk. My emotions got suppressed when I developed PTSD. So also this, if you put lots of feeling and emotions into this, like really feeling it, then this will work as an absolute charm for you. But I don't feel those feelings anymore. I haven't for a while now. I haven't like cried in like 15 years, I think, genuinely haven't felt feelings of depressions. When I get harassed, because I'm in a situation where people harass me, it's more like I'm always wondering why they do it. It's kind of like grown-up bullying, opposed to that it makes me like feel overwhelmed, that I think about it later on, it makes me depressed or sad. When the bullying stops, I immediately forget it. I don't know how I developed, well, I do know how I developed that PTSD, but how those emotions can be suppressed for so long is really weird. It's like something taking over your mind and making it sort of like a shield. Like, this isn't going any further. Like, I'm taking over. You're not coping and I'm taking over. No more hurt, no more pain, no more trauma. And it's like a coping mechanism I just developed. And I'm still wearing it full on. Like this past week, even though I was doing these rituals and asking for guidance, like peace, solitude, and etc., I was also dealing with extreme PTSD triggers. So it's like full on me thinking that someone is out to hurt my family, and me acting upon those feelings like a person going to a war would do. And also reliving every single trauma I've been through in my head, and then dealing with the people that put me through that as if they were in the same room as me. And yeah, that's also another video. It's really hard. It's really hard. You keep reliving everything you've been through. It doesn't make me sad, however, but it does make me like upset, I guess. I get really like upset. I really want to like do something about that situation, but it has already been in the past. It's a past situation. It's already happened. You can't go back. You can't change it. I can't go back and defend my younger self against it. It's already happened, and I guess I'm not accepting it in my head. And just little things get me really triggered. Now I have some people that bully me, and that triggers me all the time. Luckily, if they stop, my emotions subside, as I said before. So this is not, I'm not in my bed crying and make it stop. But it's it's sad that people would do that, right? And I don't even know the reason for it. I've been like screaming out of my window to the people, like, if you have a problem with me, why is that? Can you come and confront me with something? But they don't do it. So I don't actually know why I'm being bullied. Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever. But that's a whole nother video. Back to this ritual. So I'm going to do that now. It's in the late afternoon. This was written for morning purposes. It's summertime. I have to wait until the sun passes my building, or else I'm going to be like set alight by the sun. I'm going to like turn into cousin boneless chicken here, sweating and all over the place, and then nothing will be left over of me if I do it in extreme heat, right? I have to be responsible. I have to work out responsible, of course, if I want to do that daily. Anyway, so what I do is I take something from my main altar, represent my deities, a key for Hecate, and something I picked up in the forest for Cernunnos, Lord of the Wild. And what I do is on your altar, so I have like multiple little ones, but they're connected through mirror portals, because I don't have like a place to make a really big altar setup, one specific one. So I did some research, and you can connect your altars, which you use for specific purposes. It's okay to have multiple ones, as long as you keep interacting with them, like keep them like alive in a way. You can like connect them so your spirits can travel, because you are working with spirits, and if you're not into it, don't do it. You are like evoking spirits, summoning them all the time. And it's about opening the portal before you do something and closing it up when you're done. You can ask them to travel through the mirrors. It's like a mirror portal. And I'm going to always burn some incense. Now, when I started out, that store-bought incense, those sticks, yeah, that was unbearable for me to light when I work out. Also, I think it's kind of like cool when you do a ritual. It gives them more like a certain feel to the ritual and certain ambiance. Other than that, it's just a bunch of crap, I think. It makes breathing hard, and for 2 days my voice is all like, I don't know, like kind of like affected by it. So I don't do that anymore unless I do a ritual and then I open the windows. And my son also cannot tolerate those sticks, so I don't want to burden him with that. What I did was I looked to some alternatives, and I found this. I get a lot of help from ChatGPT. You can ask ChatGPT, can get like information from everywhere, like way more elaborate than Google. And you can ask your chat for anything. Chat is also helping me with the incantations, because my emotions are suppressed. I can't find like the feel into writing something myself. I used to do that when I was younger, when I was depressed, and you know how that is. You can go like really deep within yourself to write something. I can't do it. So as long as the intent is there, it doesn't matter where it comes from. If you give your chat certain prompts, it can make whatever you want it to make, right? It's like a robot. You can train it. You can train it to like say things in a specific manner, maybe your own manner, your own mannerism. I taught mine my speaking language, so I type how I speak, and this the way Chad makes something is like a portrayal of my own voice, feelings, and the things the Chad knows about me. Yeah, it's like a friend. You have to like when you get to know a friend, and that friend wants to know everything about you. Only this one remembers everything and applies everything to you and your liking. And Chad, before I begin, I asked maybe, can you make it like a pre-workout incantation? Asking my deities to join me through the mirror portal, or can you do like a morning ritual incantation, or summoning for when I do rituals underneath the moonlight and some other stuff. anything pagan related. And yeah, what you do is you have to like when you like sing. Oh, that's also something you can do. You can. They like music. They like music and movement. Something that comes from your heart and soul. Something you could do with full intent. I used to sing a lot, but my neighbors didn't like that. Also, in the Netherlands, we have something that they call ploegendienst, shifts. They work in shifts sometimes, some people, and that's at night or in the morning or in the afternoon, and they have to sleep during the day. So, and I live in an apartment building, so they were like, hell no, no way, shut the fuck up. So that was for my singing, that was done, but I can do like a few lines now and again. I recently did that, but again, like with incantations, I can't write it anymore myself from the heart. It's just, I can't do it. There's no feeling. Also with this, I'm going through the motions. I'm always asking my spirit guides, like maybe to help me go through that, like get my feelings, my inner feelings, get in touch with my inner feelings again. But yeah, it hasn't happened yet. Let's keep it at that. Although I am picking up on their signs and messages, I still haven't found like my old emotions. Maybe for the better, because I was depressed a lot as a child. A lot, from like 11 years old until 27. I was heavily depressed constantly, until the point that my doctor thought I might have like borderline. Until I didn't. Anyway, this was written by the chat, and chat can also write songs. And if you can't like put the words of the song into a rhythm or whatnot, what is a great idea is you can like take a song. I recently for Luchthansa, I did This Little Light of Mine, and I asked my chat to write different lyrics to a known song, because of also of copyright, of course, and something that kind of represented what I was doing at the moment. So, and it made like different lyrics to that certain song. You can sing that song because you know the song, you sang the song, so it's kind of easy to do. And This Little Light of Mine. Oh, I thought it was kind of cute. Did that for Luchthansa, sang a few lines, and then did my workout. Mostly as like involve my dancing and my cardio into it. Sometimes I choose, well, it's not pagan music per se, but Celtic fiddle music. I think that's kind of fitting for like a pagan person or like a heathen, right? I imagine in the olden days they were like dancing around fires with fiddle and doing all sorts of stuff. I'm like more that type of pagan, like the happy-go-lucky, like the glee one. Nowadays, anyways. I used to be like kind of like Wednesday Addamsy, but I don't know. Since I have PTSD, I'm like more. I thought this one was nice. It's an example, of course. You don't have to copy me. You have to find your own way. That's why I'm like now trying to explain what I do before I just wait. Is it see-through? Let's cover this. Before I read this out loud, I thought I might do a little explaining so you know what I'm doing. Here goes. As the dawn spills her gold across the walking earth. Cut that out. As the dawn spills her gold across the waking earth, I stand before this altar, heart unarmed. Unarmored? See, I mess up. I mess up all the time. If it goes right in one try, I'm just lucky. I mess up all the time. It's okay. They understand. I reckon back in the ancient days with the olden heathens, they've been through a lot worse situations, I guess, right? So I stand before this altar, heart unarmored, spirit unbroken. Normally I have my ring on the other side. I have to switch it out. It all depends on the time of the day. Sometimes my fingers swell a bit in the summer, and then I have to switch hands. One hand is, I guess, slightly slimmer than the other, so to prevent it from falling off. But then I have like, let's just see if that works now. It's called fire magic. The ancients did it a lot. Side note, you can, through fire, you can also work with spirits. I did this a couple of times in a video. It works great for me. That works if you really get into it, really concentrate, really get into that state, like meditation, motion, into an altered state by movement and concentration, I guess. You can like harness the energy of the flame. It's really something you should try. It feels really good. You can like get it going throughout your whole body. Like a ritual with fire, but it's also hazardous. So I'm really careful with this. On all of my altars, I have a couple. I now have like safety candles. I have like mason jars, which I dressed up with a string. These strings are, sorry if I'm tripping over words. They're like energized. I use them for rituals. I bind them on my wrists, on my waist, on my ankles, and then I energize them, like absorb the energy into the string and then knot those strings throughout the house for protection or on the altar to keep that energy of that ritual like going, keep the altar alive in this case. And also looks kind of cute, right? Always have protection salt at the bottom of things. I found some cute Himalayan salt somewhere, and I've been buying that, but you can use whatever salt, of course. And it also kind of protects. I live in an apartment building, and a fire can start really quickly and really rapidly when you're using candles. I always have like a tiny fire extinguisher near, and also chalice of water when I'm doing rituals. That's something that I have, and it's really necessary. I can't warn you people enough. Be careful. You can just make these cute ones. They're like fireproof, and tea lights are really handy instead of those big candles. They have their own protection, their metal casing protection. So I'm just really worried. I don't want to like start something up here and then I'm like also responsible for all these people in this building when working with this, right? So I don't want to jeopardize them in any way, shape, or form. Imagine. Oh, hell no. Yeah, I know I was going to do this and now I'm sidetracking, but I want to explain another thing really quickly. So I bought this, and in these you can, on top of this, you can make your own incense by grinding up dried herbs and a bit of pieces of wood, natural wood. You can use the wood that are used for animals, for their for the absorption of their their poopies and whatnot. They use it for their litter, like for the animal of pets for litter. But it's all natural wood, and it's really handy also for making, like, you have to be sure it's not processed in any way. You can use the natural ones to make incense out of. You can take a coffee grinder and then put some mugwort, which you've dried in advance. Don't use wet herbs, dried ones only. And some chamomile and some pieces of that wood. And then grind it up. Also, you can ask Chad for recipes, which wild herbs you've plucked in the wild you can use, and which magical properties or healing properties or spirit opening, like mind bending properties they have, and then use those combined together. You can use it as an offering or for yourself in order to get in certain states, I guess. But I found this better than the sticks. And you put a scoop on top, and underneath you put a tea light. Make sure you have the flat tea lights. I have the bigger ones for in here, but I have the flatter ones for in there. Look in the store, like you have tea lights for 4 hours or for 6 hours. The difference is those for 6 hours, they're like a little broader, little taller. You have to make sure you get the slim ones. And what I also do is for the incense burner, it's made of ceramic. I had that for my Bearded Dragons light bulbs too, ceramic fitting, so I know it's fireproof, and just makes me feel more better to have a safe fireproof thing for the incense too, working with tea lights. What I do is, so I use the slim ones for the incense. I chop off the tip of, how do you call it? The thing what's coming out of the candle. Well, you know what I mean, like the white part you set ablaze. You chop a piece off so the flame is a little bit lower. This prevents the incense from burning up really fast. Yeah, that's a nice tip, right? Maybe you haven't thought of that. I did. So you're welcome. Anyway, we can get this going, and then I have my ring on this side, and the other one I need for the reading, of course. And I hold it above, and it's like silver is kind of a conductor for energy, and also for fire energy, and just energies all together. It's a really good conductor. I wasn't a fan of wearing jewelry, but I had an old silver ring laying around, and someone said you can use that as a conductor. That's why witches wear that, and it's been really helpful. But I wear the one, because I'm not I'm not P. Diddy or anything, right? I think that's looks really obnoxious wearing jewelry all over the place. I'm not an 80s Madonna or whatnot. Right? Am I right? But I use that one as a conductor, and then I like opening up the portal. You go clockwise, so I go clockwise with my hand as I say the incantation. As the dawn spills her gold across the waking earth, I stand before this altar, heart unarmored, spirit unbroken. Ancient ones, I call to you, all mother who wove my breath, all father who shapes my fate, wild hunter who roams the boundaries, shadowed queen who guards the crossroads. Bless my feet to tread with purpose, bless my hands to act with honor, bless my mind to see what is hidden, and bless my heart to know when to stand, when to yield. Ward me, spirits of stone and soil. bough and root, wind and water, against the snares of malice and the teeth of envy. Let no ill will cling to my skin, no shadow follow in my wake. I step into the day as your kin and your keeper, bearing your wisdom as my shield, bearing your fire as my guide. So shall it be, and so it is. And what you can do is, this was a pretty relatively long one. You can ask for a quick one pre-workout or whatever you're doing, pre-work, whatever. You can ask your spirits to guide you doing for whatever purpose. And then you can do a post one, like giving gratitude, thanks, and closing the portal again. You go counterclockwise. And the altar is necessary to give your spirits like a living, like a place to come to. Like, see it as a little house, like kind of housing for them. And you keep it nice and pretty and add stuff from your adventures and from your trips. So you have like a connection from that place, from the energy you picked up there, and you bring it to your altar, and it keeps like everything like entwined with one another. And throughout the seasons you change it up. I mess it up a lot. I'm like cleaning like altar all over the place. Some people like a messed up, like kind of a rough and ready looking altar. I like mine like girly and neat and safe, especially safe. And I found out that when I do things my own way, instead of like looking at what others do or reading or like copying or whatnot, like doing everything through feeling and motion and my own way, liking and intent, spirits pick up on that, and they will like, I don't know, it's just they like that, I guess. And you notice this. They tend to react to that more than when you're like playing a part. Get me? Like when you're like portraying something you're actually not into, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, you have to really feel it, I guess. And if you're an angsty person and you're like, you do believe in God and the devil and stuff, just for your own mental being, don't do this. Like, I don't believe in that. I'm not religious. I don't believe in God nor the devil. I believe in the spirits of nature. I believe in nature. And I guess it's a sign and an omen. There's like you can't see it, but there's, maybe I can show you. There's like a whole, like, on the building. I don't know if you can see it, but on the top. No, you can't see it. It's I don't have my camera set up right now, but there's like a whole row of birds looking down on me every time I do my workout nowadays. Like these birds, they fly in and they like as if they're like my audience. It's pretty cool. And in my head I think it's like it's my spirit guides. I've always been kind of like had a weird connection to birds. So especially like pigeons. It looks like they've been tracking me all my life, and I picked up on that when I was a little girl. They tried to make themselves known, and I picked up on it. So that's kind of cool. It's like they're watching, and recently, I don't know, it's really hard to find like baby pigeons, right? Baby pigeons, you hardly see them. You only see them when they're adults. But I think they have like a little nest somewhere going on, and they were, somewhere near here, and they were giving flying lessons. It was super cute to see. Like the big ones were like spreading their wings, flying, and then the little ones were like mimicking that. So someone is drilling into ceiling, I guess. Maybe it's the bullying, I don't know, maybe it's coincidence. However, this video is pretty darn long. I just wanted to do the incantation and give a little explanation, but I guess I'm more like a longevity video making person, and when I'm speaking I can't stop. So here's the reasoning behind the words I'm saying that I posted earlier in a couple of shorts and during my rituals, why I do it and how I go about it, and that maybe you've seen earlier videos and I've changed things along the way, because it's what witches call, it's a practice. You have to put things into practice and practice it. It's like, that's like the perfect word for it. You can read hundreds of books, you can study thousands of people, but you have to put it in. If you want to be a pagan, traditional heathen, you have to like put it into practice. That's the only way to go about it. You have to just go on and do it and feel what's right for you. So this was my explanation, and now I'm going to do my workout, because I'm a modern day person and my family expects me also to cook dinner and keep stuff going here. So thanks for watching, guys.